Hello, my YouTube family. It's been a long time that I have uploaded anything in my YouTube channel, and the reason behind it is because of a long suffering from COVID 19. Yes, both me and my husband, and even now, there are uh, quite some of the sensations inside, but we have managed to pull it out in this very, very critical condition, especially when you are already under isolation and that too away from the family. It's really difficult at that time. I can't explain how, but I hope many of you have faced this situation, and today I'm going to discuss or talk about it openly because many of us refuse to accept it or talk openly about it. But this video is all about our COVID 19 journey. It all started in mid of May 2021. Mid of May, I'm talking because at that time the graph was rising like anything. The second wave in India was soaring high. What should I say? During that time, I think many of our close persons have left us because of COVID 19. And similarly, our family were also affected because my maternal uncle or Mosa, I called Major Mesho, he left us within 3 days of his hospitalization. He was uh, not there. His case was there, and so many cases were there in front of our eyes. Two of my professors, our professors rather, left us due to complications, and our relatives, close acquaintances, many of whom I couldn't bid goodbye also because already it's been 1.5 years we did not go home, and we were mentally very down at that time, mid of May. So that caused a kind of depression, and also there was some stress going on. So this is the first thing I would like to say, that if you are weak mentally or physically, be sure that at this instant when everything is going bad, very bad, and if you are affected by it, both mentally or physically, you are weak inside, and your body becomes a proper host of the virus. This is a very important thing. I have noticed it because I was under stress at that time, mid of May, and at the same time, I was mentally down, depression because of losing so many family, friend members. I couldn't concentrate in anything. I could not eat properly. I could not sleep properly. And yes, this is a very important thing. Your proper eating, proper amount of sleep, and obviously water, fluids are important. That is irrespective, it comes under your diet only. So eat properly, drink water, sleep well, and at the same time stress management. Please be very careful about it. This is a very important thing in us. We do not give enough amount of focus in our mental health. It is very important. So this and exercise, obviously. So because of the exercise or physical activity, maybe I was not that deeply affected. The virus couldn't affect that deeply to me. So this were all going on the state of my mind, our mind rather, me and my husband, mid of May. Now the first sign, it was 21st May 2021, that I was actually being a session coordinator. I was in a conference. So, being a session coordinator, I had to handle the sessions, handling of the session from one person to another. Like this, it was going. It was a 3 day conference, and first 2 days went well. The third day, that 21st May, I realized, obviously I was under stress, and That is working stress. That is, we have to balance it. It is a part of our life. So that time, I realized last day of the conference, 21st, that I am not feeling well. So what exactly happened? I'll just tell. I felt that sudden body pain, my especially my spine portion, that is very unusual, which I do not have because I regularly do yoga or some active exercise or something. I was on laptop, my screen was there. I was like, okay, so I'm having this body pain. Conference is going. So after I handled my session to one of the speakers, I just muted both the audio and video and I laid down. I just laid down on my bed. I felt that fever is coming, maybe because body pain, along with that, I had like, I already have the sinus problem. So, along with that, I was having a headache also. Still, some coughing is there anyway. So, I was feeling that very mild, maybe mild fever is going to come. So at that night, I did everything possible. After I left the conference, I told my husband that, see, this is my condition. I'm not feeling good. I'm sensing something that maybe, may not be also, but maybe. So I did everything possible. Steam inhalation, I did gargling. At the same time, hot water. So at night, I had some very thick soup, eggs, and then I said that I think I should sleep early. So I slept. Next day morning, 22nd, my body pain was gone. Addition, what? Fever. So fever was mild. I should not say that it was very high fever. Fever was mild, about 99 or something. At the same time, I felt very weak. The fever was not high, so I was not much concerned. But yes, I continued steam, gargle, everything. Okay, I do not take medicine that fast because after consultation, I prefer to take it. After doing everything possible, kara, stimulation, good amount of food, fluids, whatever the doctors are saying. Obviously, I was already taking vitamin tablets. Whatever everyone suggested, I regularly walked in the rooftop for about half an hour in the sunlight, obviously, not in cold condition. So I felt better when I walked under sunlight, like it was 9 to 10 o'clock. That sunlight, I felt good. So I did it for about 3 days, all the 3 days. It was very. Now I realize it was very good for me, staying active at that time. I felt whenever I was lying down in my bed, on my bed, I felt fever is coming at that time. When I'm active or something, I'm doing something, fever is not coming at that time. It was the second day. Third day onwards, fever almost gone, but what was again the addition? My throat ache. It was like sore throat, like so bad that I couldn't even drink water. So this was the condition on the third day. So I realized that there is something wrong and I immediately need to check on some doctor. So first online we consulted. Definitely in this condition it is not possible to go outside. Our family doctor, he was there. He was immensely helpful at that time. And also I consulted from Practo, Dr. Hafza. She was like really good help. I started azithromycin course because my sore throat on the fourth day was hell out of it. Means it was the one of the worst sore throat I ever had. First day body pain, next day body pain was all gone. Fever came. The next day fever was all gone. Throat ache came. It was changing forms, and I thought that this can be dangerous. So obviously doctors, and in the meantime everything was done by my husband, means the food, preparing hot water, steam, everything he was doing. He was fine at that time. After I started azithrol, the 3 day course and the 5 day course, but two of them, Dr. Hafza told me that okay, in 3 day you can put it off and you can start doxycycline course. That is a later. So after the 3 day course of azithromycin and all other subsequent medicines, I was better. Throat ache completely gone, my fever completely gone. Yes, what addition was there? The coughing. This coughing came and it is still there more or less, but that time that coughing was violent, means it was very very high. Coughing came and then many so many things came each and every day. I can't explain, but on the third day of having azithromycin, I did the 5-day course. I was better, much better condition. Now at this point of time, it was 25th of May, my husband felt that he is going to have fever, means feverish type of feeling is getting. I said that this is meanwhile we were already suggested by Dr. Hafza to have COVID test. Now we know that it takes almost 5 days for the report to come, so meanwhile medicines must be started. It's a mandatory thing, we should not leave it for anything else. Okay, so doctor said that I am quite sure that this is COVID, because I told her that on the fifth day after my throat ache was gone, coughing was there. That fifth day or sixth day, I could not smell anything. There was no smell. Before that, I had smell. I had smell, taste, everything. Then afterwards, there was no smell, no taste, anything was not there. It's funny when you see that your world is without the the sensation of smell and taste. It becomes completely flavorless. This was on the sixth day. So she said, Dr. Hafsa, online doctor consulted in Practo. So she said that I'm quite sure this is COVID 19. Still, the reports, okay, fine, it will take time. I know there was also a problem in doing RT-PCR test, swab test here in Belgium. She told that immediately your husband and you both start doxycycline course, another antibiotic. So azithromycin course was completed, second round of antibiotics started, fine. It went 5 days. I was going towards a better condition, but I felt that my breathing became heavy. Obviously, saturation we maintained from the very beginning. Oxygen saturation, on God's grace, both for me and my husband, was okay, like okayish, and minimum it went to 96. And doctor said if that is not a problem, if your breathing problem is not there, there is no need to get admitted in the hospital, because only two of us are here, both are infected. There is no chance of doing anything other than hospitalization if if on God's grace anything happens. Even after completing the doxycycline course for 5 days, for my husband I am telling, his fever did not get reduced. Instead, it was soaring high. It's 101, 102. Every morning I'm getting up, not even morning, it's 4 o'clock almost. My husband is like sweating like anything, and his fever is 102. Okay, 102. And it's happening both in 4 a.m. and at the same time afternoon after having the lunch. It's the same pattern going on for 7 days. That those 7 days were like hell for me, because I was all alone doing everything that I possibly could at that time, being a COVID patient myself, and at the same time managing with the doctors, the reports, tests that need to be done. I can't explain how difficult it is. Anyways, it was done successfully. After 7 days of this fever phase, our family doctor and Dr. Hafsa also said that immediately you need to do some blood tests. Those are the basic thing. If you do not get RT-PCR, leave RT-PCR. You do the blood test and the HRCT. So there was all they gave in the prescription, medicines and the test reports. We went to the nearest hospital, the Venugram hospital, and they were very, very cooperative. And I should say that those frontline warriors in the hospital, whatever the service they are providing, it is more than more than a human can. Means they are risking their own lives, and they are battling day and night with this entire so many COVID patients. Like outside hospital, apart from us, there are so many severe patients with the oxygen cylinders holding, sitting, and it's hell of a thing. I can't explain. Anyway, 3 sets of blood tests we had to do, because there were something that was identified, and it was beyond the borderline, and thank god we did the blood test for that, because if not, then we do not know what would have happened after 10 days, because everything medicines were going on, everything were going on. Still, IL-6, CRP, all the components of blood that should have been there, they have all exceeded, for especially for my husband, it's 6 times. CRP of my husband went to 26, which is very dangerous, and without blood test, we wouldn't have identified. And many things were also detected in the blood test, especially his means LFT, liver functions test. In the liver function test, his they said, means it is detected that SGPT and SGOT is so high that after seeing the report, the doctor said, okay, so your liver is being affected. Actually, for my husband, both liver and lungs are affected, and in my case, lungs are affected. So I am having pneumonitis. My husband is also having pneumonitis as per HRCT scan, and the score that it had, although it said mild, in the blood reports it's showing that the cytokine storm has already started, and god knows what it could have been if the doctors did not see the reports and suggested that, okay, so you have to go through oral steroids. So both me and my husband, we had to go for steroids. That part is another, struggling with the steroids part, side effects and all the things. But yes, with the first dose, with the very first dose of the steroid, that morning, 4 o'clock, my husband's fever was not there. He was very happy and excited also, because okay, so finally I'm not having fever. So that day has come, that it is not there, the fever is not there. He was very happy. At the same time, he had so many complications, like he was not eating food properly. He said, I feel like vomiting all the time. So it's obviously because the liver problem was there, SGPT, SGOT. Now I realize why it was like that. So his case was totally different from mine. While mine was like all the way the throat, lungs, his was directly in the gastrointestinal, especially the liver part. Lungs was also affected, but rather than his lungs, my lungs are more affected, his liver is more affected. So it's the organ basically which the same virus is affecting differently in my case and different in his case. So this was all about after the steroid started. He started feeling much better, although side effects also included in his case. I also started better, still this coughing is there. So it's been almost a month. According to me, what saved me from being a mild stage to a critical stage was steam inhalation. Nothing but steam inhalation. Trust me, many people said that no, this and that, this and that. I just could see the difference before and after steam inhalation. So I didn't know what at least 3 times a day I did, although later the doctor told me that you should do twice, not more than twice a day. You should do steam inhalation. But initially, when it attacked, when I could sense it, that fever days, that body ache days, I could feel that only steam is making me a bit stronger, means I was feeling better. So steam inhalation, Next thing is kada. So kada is something which I prepared with the help of my owner of this house where we live. So this the Sai family has done a lot for us. I should not like they are the first person to do everything, especially the essential needs that we need. Shopping for us, especially the rare available steroids that was very difficult for us to go and bring. So that was done, and it was not even available in the pharmacy of the hospital. So it's very difficult to find it here. The most important thing is having fluids in this state. Fluids, and it's not only about water, it's about the juices, it's about the fruits that you are extracting. The fruit juices, I prefer to have fruit directly, not by mixing it in and having it in the form of juice, but whatever the fruit you are eating, that juice is going inside and acting as an enzyme, and that is very good in this case. So fruits, more and more fruits, especially citrus fruits if you can. Our owner gave it to us, like shopping in the city area, and they brought it for us. So many things they have done at that time for us, I just can't thank them enough. And the last thing that I like to say, that in your diet make it balanced with proper nutritional value. Have foods which will have more omega 3, which will have like fishes. Take more and more dry fruits like almonds, different kinds of nuts, seeds. They are very good in this condition, especially for the lungs. The foods that you should intake, among the fruits there is pineapple, there is apple. Avoid banana in this condition, because in pneumonitis, in whenever your lungs are getting affected, avoid banana, avoid cucumber. These things you should avoid. Apart from that, make sure you have a very good health drink. A health drink is a must in this condition, because the more hot things you take as a fluid, it is actually basically working in your body. It's getting absorbed and your body will respond quick. A health drink is must. If not in a high range, go in a normal range. And another thing is that avoid sugar in this condition. Your lungs and the steroids that you are taking, if you are taking, avoid sugar completely, because your blood sugar level is automatically rising because you are taking steroids. So avoid sugar or sugar like things in this condition. I hope this video was helpful and I could provide vital informations to you. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe to my channel, The Healthy Glow. It will mean a lot. Thank you, everyone.